We tried to reach out to the man who died in this pursuit. They were unavailable for comment. Micah, back to you.
All right. Hey, how y'all doing out there? Welcome back to the WO Entertainment Radio Show. I'm Richie King, the bad man of comedy. I'm flying solo today. My compadre, my friend, my co-host is still doing some recovering. He's had quite a few eye surgeries, and so he's not going to be with me again today. And we appreciate it, all his efforts and whatever he did for us. We appreciate it. He will return eventually. Guys, share this out. Get this to people you know, friends and family. We need love on here. We need people to watch us. Spread the word. Today, we're going to have an interesting topic. Today, we're going to talk about lies. Who commits the most lies? And I want you all to put it in the comments clearly, so there's no gray area. Who lies the most? Men or women? Men or women? Okay? That's the question. Type in anytime you want to. Men or women? Who lies the most? And you'll be surprised what the media, what the internet has to say. Probably won't be shocked by the answer, because I wasn't shocked, because they break it down in different categories, different types of lies. All right, we'll cover all that in just a second. Again, thank you all for coming in. I'm trying to share out here right now. Again, flying solo, but all right. There you go. Guys, shout out there. Wait, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's give a shout out to those who came in today. Dean Cerny. What's up, brother? Glad you can make it today. Appreciate that. Seeing you earlier on the Roy Anthony Show. He's on Tuesday and Thursdays on this network. He's got certain takes that he likes to talk about, and there's things that are going on, and you want to talk about, talk with him. The commander thought he was retired. He keeps having all these eye surgeries. He's going to be the first round draft pick for the Skillcraft. Yeah. Women. No, I didn't spend a lot of money. Well, that's some of the lies that get told back and forth. Okay. That's some of the lies that get told back and forth. So we'll get into that, like I said, just a second. It's funny, it's interesting. It's going to, quite frankly, probably piss some people off. I don't know, hell, you know me on here. I don't piss nobody off. Just the way it goes on here. All right, guys. Big shout out, though. I want to give a big shout out. I'm doing a rant today, but it's kind of a shout out rant. There's really nothing really to rant about so much. I'll tell you some stories. A shout out to the comedians who performed with me over the weekend, Friday night and Saturday. Richard Montano, guys, you're familiar with Richard Montano. Pete Barlow drove all the way up from Georgia. He made it here. We got photos on Comedy Vets. Go over look at Comedy Vets or my personal page, or my wife and I's Facebook page. Check it out. You see some photos of him, Pete Barlow, and he's real. He does exist. Thank you, Pete, for performing with us. He is now a member of Comedy Vets, by the way. James Riley, the original MC that I had when I started. He's just Snodgrass for a while, and now James is back, and good comedian, really is. And of course, David Scott. He needs no introduction anywhere. We all know who David Scott is. You wonder why I performed David Scott this time, adult show? Well, Plattsburgh was a family-friendly show. It was a clean comedy show. David's the king of clean comedy. He was killing it. I did well. I did awesome. Pete did awesome. David did awesome. James did awesome. They want us back now. They're going to get us lined up for 3 shows up there in Plattsburgh. So one of them's an adult show. So that's cool. Me and Pete Barlow got to sit there and sit in the chair and talk to the guy, and they took a picture of Pete and I and signed it, put it on the wall for him and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Man, what a great opportunity, and what a great little atmosphere that was. Outdoor stage, on the back of a car hauler trailer. That's what a lot of bands perform on too. And it was just excellent. It was just awesome. And so we did that. On Saturday, went to my hometown, Jamesport, Missouri, and had the comedians that performed there. Good job, thank you very much. Good little show. But we did have one problem with the guy. He lost his freaking mind. What happened to him? He kept running up and just loud and screaming. And he was screaming at me, screaming at my wife, and I took him outside, and he just kept yelling and yelling. Finally, I said, "If you don't lower your voice and stop disrespecting me, you won't leave here. You know me, you know my family. It's my hometown." apparently he was upset. He's the janitor there. Okay, he was upset to claim that last time we were there, we didn't take out the trash, sweep the floor. That's not exactly true. We did take out trash. We didn't sweep the floor, no, because there was no broom available. You can't sweep the floor without a broom. Their job was to provide a broom in the contract. Okay. But I called the city hall the next business day and explained to them what happened. They said, okay, fine. Both times I rented the place, I left it nice and clean, cleaner than he did as he does it. When we come in, it was filthy, right? And I got both my deposits back, right? 2 times, both deposits back. He came in this time ranting and raving, and he got towed. So I took some pictures of the venue before the show started of the flies all dead, these dead flies in the windowsills, and looked like grease. Looked like to me it was grease. My wife said it was coffee spilled down in front of the cabinets. Stuff hadn't been cleaned. A wife's hair, somebody's scrunchy hairbread in the windowsill. No trash bag, no toilet paper put in the rolls, no paper towels, stuff like that. So he's not really doing his job. He wanted to come scream, so he got towed. So I went to City Hall and I filed a complaint on his ass. And don't mean to snitch, but I was about this close to stomping a mud hole in him. If he'd have came after the show was over, I'd have been in jail. That's just the way it works. You don't disrespect a man. Like, you got a problem, you come talk to me, and we'll talk about it. Okay, but don't be, don't forget I got a background too. Okay, so anyway, but the comedians, man, they were what a great bunch of guys. I always have a fun, perform with these gentlemen. I sent out some links if Pete Barlow wants to come on today. He's sure welcome to come on and talk about his trip. You guys remember last Tuesday when he was on? One piece of advice I gave him was when you come on your trip, come to Missouri, and you start hearing this, you don't got to pull over. It's just the roads. He came to me, he goes, man, that was so true. That was 100% true. He I don't know, he caught him off guard or something, but it was he learned real quick Missouri roads. When you're in Missouri and when you're in Kansas or Iowa, because Missouri roads are terrible. And I hear people say, well, they're not that bad. Yeah, they are. And in fact, I think they're overstating they're understating how bad they are. So, all right. Dean Cerny says, first name based with Amazon delivery, but I don't order Amazon. Another one of the women lies. Pimp, you'd be like, you better watch the volume of your noise, the noise coming out of your suck when you talk to me. And my woman right there is a gift from God himself. That's right. So I'll tell you about a second. My wife didn't know what the hell he was saying. Okay. And she didn't care. She knew I'd handle it and take care of it. It's just the damn general purpose of it all. There's some miscommunication on their part. That ain't my problem, Anyway, but he got checked, and so there you go. And I bet he don't run his mouth like that at me again. I'm going to need bail money. That's all I can tell you. All right, guys, thank you all for that like half shout out, half rant thing. Appreciate that. All the comedians are great. Dean said hi, y'all. Got that one. Women. No, I didn't spend a lot of money. Those are little lies. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. I didn't order Amazon a lot. Now, topic today. Who lies more? Men or women? And while you're pondering that and want to put it when you're writing the category, men or women, also think about this. Think about different kinds of lies. Little white lies, big lies, dangerous lies, most hurtful lies. Think about that. Take all those things into consideration. And I bet you we come to the same agreement after the show. I'm writing down right now, and I wrote down a name, what I thought, looked it up, didn't agree with it, but I read it. I read what it said, and then now it kind of makes sense why they said what they said. Okay, so shout out to Travis Elders. Thank you, Travis. I see you over on the Facebook side watching. Appreciate it, man. Excellent. Travis, put in there if you got time. Who lies more, men or women? That's our topic today. Men or women liars. Probably. And what's the line between a lie and like a little fib, like a little small tale where it could be bended toward the truth a little bit, or it could be bended toward a lie a little bit. There's a line right there that we all cross. Some of the lies that they sit on here and men tell, some of them didn't make any sense. No one thinks like that, that technology and all that. Nobody cares. Some of the other websites I checked out here had some good ones. Men are known to be liars when it comes to fishing. Okay, probably because more men fish than women. But when it comes to fishing, men are always talking about how big a fish they caught. Okay, now big giant, like stick a beer can in his mouth or a pop can, whatever. Or my big old fish right in his mouth, and he's a big old fish. And according to the picture, though, when you start scaling the picture that he's got, he about the size of your wallet. So I lost everything. There, okay. It's the fish is about the size of your wallet. So you got to think, well, what lies in women with? Well, what lies in women like, I like when they tell each other, I like your hair. Women are jealous of each other. They don't like each other's hair. That's a fact. That's not right. Or they tell their husband, oh, don't worry about your haircut, sweetheart. You look fine. No, you don't. Okay. They're little lies. And they don't, do they hurt things? No. In the grand schemes, are they hurtful? Not really. No. Now you lie in front of your 3-year-old kid and he says, he's standing there, or let's say a 6-year-old, what are you talking about? Your 6-year-old grandson's there and you say, I caught a fish this big. No, he didn't, Nana. He's this big. Right. So, yeah. That's just funny then. But then there's some devastating lies. And a lot of people and families have these individuals that do this. And it's quite sickening and disturbing. And messed up. The lies and some of these are in my family. Some of these people are directly in my family that had some of these same lies, and it's not good. There's always somebody in your family who just tells the biggest bullshit lie, and a harmful lie too. And they know you're going to figure it out. It's what kills me. They know you're going to figure out that they're completely full of shit and they're lying. They just know they are. They know it. But they don't care. Those people are sick in their melon, okay? They need some help. Lies like, hey, man, I just got a phone call. Aunt Trudy died. Oh, man, everybody gets that moment of sadness when somebody died. Then 5 seconds later, you see Aunt Trudy comment to somebody's post on Facebook. You're like, oh, so you call her up. Aunt Trudy, hey, baby. Oh, what are you doing? Why are you texting? You're supposed to be dead. Who the hell said I was dead? Oh, my cousin Melvin. Well, Melvin's a fucking idiot. Just saying. Tell lies like that, spread around, call everybody, get everybody pissed off. And you hear that, and you're like, what is wrong with this person? Lies that women take. One of the worst lies a woman could tell anybody, especially a man, is that she's pregnant. She's pregnant by him. Okay? Knowing damn good and well she's not. Sometimes they don't even have sex. So she's not pregnant. She can't get pregnant. So what the hell's the deal? Why? Why is that? That's one of the most hurtful lies you can tell somebody. Because the man now, he's all paranoid. He's got a good man would try to prepare and get his family right and get things accordingly. And meanwhile, this is going on. He's living this. He's 3-4 months deep in this, 5 deep months in this, and he's trying to save his coins and put diapers on and save up for diapers, stuff like that. Meanwhile, 6-7 months into this, she's still the same fatty she was. She's not bloomed at all. Okay, especially if the guy's like 6 foot or 6 foot bunch, damn good well he's gonna have a baby. Okay, he's gonna produce a baby, and they ain't swelled up nothing. And I think that's one of the worst lies ever to be told. Comments and let me know if you think that women telling men that she's pregnant with his baby and she's not. I'm not saying you're pregnant and you get a miscarriage. That's a totally different animal. That's not a lie to begin with. But it goes on, and quite frankly, it's quite disturbing, and it leads people they can't never trust you again. Okay, it ain't a fact where a little white lie where women tell their husband, "I didn't spend that much on makeup." $400 later, your definition for $400 makeup and my definition for $400 makeup are considerably different. Okay, no, I don't go out and spend $400 on fishing stuff at a time. Hold on, no, right? So. I don't care if the woman gets it. Be reasonable. Women don't need makeup anyway. Women have natural beauty anyhow. They don't need that garbage. But not little whys like that. Just who is the biggest liar, men or women? Let's catch on some of these here. Carl Loomis, what's up, brother? Yeah. If someone says someone dies, it's always someone who wants money. Pay attention. It always happens. Yes, and I'll tell you how I know that. At a brother of mine called and say the other, and the girlfriend called and said the kid died. Okay, and they're trying to raise money for his burial. He didn't die. He was sending out all the texts that they made up this joke they thought it was. They thought it was a funny joke, and he sent out these text messages to collect money. Those are scammers, right? Those people need to be put away. They need some. They're cuckoo. They need help. Okay, they need $400 in makeup when $20 in beer will do the same thing. Seen that same thing. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, dude, weather is changing fast out there. Looking like 40 and rain over here already. Yeah, it's about 50 here. I'm in shorts. I couldn't take the pants no more. I can't. I hate wearing jeans anywhere, any type of pants. But I know I got to wear it in the wintertime. It'd be stupid. You get sick and die or some pneumonia. And plus, I cut a lot of wood, so I need all the pants on. But I hate them. So I put my shorts back on today. And man, I'm just a weirdo. I don't know, just a weirdo. Uncle Billy died. I need $200 to get him a new suit. Yeah. One of the sad deals that happened to me, sometime back when my brother died. Don't think I was doing podcasts when my brother died. No. Anyway, when he died, I didn't really like the guy anyway, so whatever, but that's messed up. My mother called me up, said that the funeral home was holding my brother's ashes, and it needed $475 to get him out. Nobody had it. Okay. Well, I had it. I just didn't really want to do it, but I know the right thing to do was, honor the family and do the right thing. So I get to calling around and figuring out what's going on and where's my brother's ashes at. And well, it's the funeral home said, no, he's already been took care of. There's no bill. And then later on, my sister said, well, she paid off the bill. She didn't. I ended up paying off the bill. Last money I gave them, already paid it off. Apparently, I didn't know that. They called me wanting more money to take care of this damn thing, and they didn't need it. Your own family does shit like that, man. It's just. Later this week, 32 at night and winter have arrived here in the highest desert. Yeah. Good luck to you, brother. Dean, what's up, brother? What's up? Yeah. Biggest liars, men or women? Tell me what you think. I will reveal it here in just a second. According to the experts, shots is going down to freezing here tonight. Wow. They keep all that. Oh, we got one out of the gate. Dean says women by far. Okay, and I'll give you the so-called correct answer. Just a second. And like I said, we got it broke down in different type of lies. But so far, women, both are the biggest liars. No, not both of them. There's different types of lies. Apparently, they got this shit broke down in the, lies and truths and there's a fine line between them. Like I said, bragging about the biggest, maybe a small fib about who's got the biggest fish. You beat a guy in a foot race. I beat you by a mile. You beat me by 4 inches. That's all you beat me, stuff like that, And women tend to, when it's said when women lie, they tend to lie harder than men do. According to the stats, so-called stats, men lie more than women. Men tell 3 lies an hour, average. Some say 3 lies a day. They say women don't lie that much. So the answer to that part of the question is men. Men lie more than women. But they took into account, I caught a fish this big, or, look at that. I mean, I kicked 2 butts in one day, or whatever. Fabrication of lies. I can shoot better than you, whatever. I made a 3-point shot running once. Those are lies they're talking about. But women, when they lie less than men, they tell the most hurtful lies. They tell the biggest fat lies. Okay. And that's what the article was. Men tell a bunch of lies all the time. They just lie, according to these people. But they did say, yes, Dean, one of them was a woman. It was an article written by men and women, but the woman took the man and the man took the woman for the article when they did the research. So they kind of get a biased look or unbiased look or whatever you call it at it. How many dudes came back 12 months deployment to the wife 7 months pregnant? Yeah. That it covered that in there too. And I lied about babies' daddies. I guess one time, guy was on his deathbed, old man, and he said, he had a question for his wife. She goes, anything. Ask me anything. She goes, Robert's our oldest son. 5'6", same size as me. Kind of average, kind of weakling, But Thomas and John, our second, third child, they're they're big and strong, and they're both 6'2" and strong men and handsome. Whose dad was Robert? And the wife says, Robert's your son. The other 2 are your cousins. He died. Read that article like that. I'm thinking, oh, wow. All these years she kept lying to him. Father's Day, those are devastating lies. Telling a man's pregnant. We covered that a while ago. When he's not pregnant. You should try to gain some affection, some attention. You're a sick weirdo. So women tend to tell the most hurtful lies. Men tell more frequent lies. So take with that what you will. I mean, that's just, I don't know. Take it with what you will, what you see. What I see, let's just take my mom's side of the family. My mom was completely and totally full of shit. She lied all the time. She wrote bad checks. My mom was a criminal. She just was. There's no other way to sugarcoat it. Okay, so that's a female. Right behind her, my Uncle Diener. Might have had a taproot. He's huge, but he was full of crap too. He lied. Now, did he tell worse lies than my mother? Yes and no. Yes and no. I guess if you count stealing a part of lying, which it is, then they're kind of equally there. But dollar value and things like that, don't know. Right? Then you go on down there. Then we have another female. He was completely full of crap. Another male. So my mom's brothers and sisters, 2 males, 2 females, dead even. One of the females all just told white lies and she never got caught, never went to jail, anything like that. Although been on steal shit. So just in my family, and then I got a bunch of cousins that are completely full of crap. Since I've been lied to twice, bunch of man. Hey, that's wrong. Sorry about that, Carl. I know you got a good woman now. I won't be pulling that crap with you. I got a cousin, for example. When the alpha males are around, there's quite a few of them in my family, and there's quite a few beta males and some omegas. When alpha males are around, he don't act like he's tough. You've seen these people. You probably got some in your family. Man, they're like chihuahuas standing underneath a Rottweiler. I mean, they're protected. They can say anything you want to. You get them away from you, all they always talk. They don't do nothing but run and hide. Okay, got a cousin like that. And one time we got arrested. And we were speeding, hot rodding around, but I was going 85 miles an hour. I knew I was doing it wrong, right? So go to jail, and I knew it wasn't a big deal. It was a traffic deal, so what? But he's getting all panicky. He went to the restroom, and I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, I said, "What?" He goes, well, you can fight. I have to do other things. I said, "We're going to be in here about an hour, man. What are you doing?" He turned his boxer shorts around for easy access. Okay, the tough guy, Then we get out, hey man, don't tell nobody about the boxer thing. I'm telling every damn body about the boxer thing. You kidding me? Flip around for easy access, you punk ass liar. So quit acting like you're tough. So women have, women have some of the worst lies. Men tell men can tell bad lies too. I mean, listen, when you got a good, faithful, ride or die woman and you're out cheating around on her, that's devastating to her. Okay. And then you got, and if she wants to file for divorce and then the kids got to go through it. So, and women do that too, I know, but men can do that and devastate lives just as quick as women can. So Carl Loomis a while ago said both are the biggest liar. And I would agree with that. And I got it wrote down right here, both right here. Although the computer said men lie more and women lie the hardest. I think they're the same because of the content of the lie, the severity of the lie. And when you're trying to gain attention, affection, and money for that lie, that ought to be criminal. Even if you don't get the money, because the money's the only thing that makes it criminal. Listen, I know you're a liar. I won't go around you. I won't leave my wallet out. I tell my wife first started dating me, I told her, I said, listen, there's certain people in the family, you don't want to leave your purse. I'll put your purse in the trunk of my damn car and don't get it out. Leave it in there and give me the damn key. She said, oh, not that bad. 15 minutes, she already figured out what kind of redneck she was running around with. Okay. Some of them are good people. Some of them will steal you blind. Some of them take your underwear off. Okay. Even if you got skid marks in them, they don't care. So they didn't really mess with me too much because obviously, but somebody don't know, the most vulnerable. Yeah. And then they lie about it. Wasn't me. Cousin stole my daughter's saw once. Wasn't me. He sold it to some bitch on Facebook. I seen the damn saw. You know how I know it was her saw? Because I gave it to him. And so, yeah, feeding them habits. But, and that's another thing. You better grab my pocket. Yes, that's right. Be like, you better grab my. Yeah. So I don't know if there is a right answer to this question, but I do agree with Carl on this one. I think both of them, although men might tell more frequently because with our buddies, and all we ever do is lie to our buddies. According to this article, all we ever do is lie to our buddies and brag about tales of fish stories, or here's another one that kept popping up because it's getting that time of year now. Man, I seen a 20-point buck. Man, I shot at him and missed. But the guy that said he missed doesn't miss. Okay. Or maybe he does all the years. Maybe he's never shot a deer because he can't shoot. You get to thinking, lying mother. Or when he gets the deer, or man, this deer was huge. It looked like a baby elk. And when you get the deer, you're stepping over it looking for the big deer. You're gonna help him. You step over the little deer looking for the big deer so you can help drag it. When your dog is bigger than the deer you shot, okay, don't brag about how big it is. Shut your pie hole. Unless you got something 4 times the size of Cujo. But me, I understand where they went with the article. Pretty funny little read, I guess pretty funny little read. I mean, I don't. So that being said, what Dean says, what is this thing doing? There you go. I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Is that really a lie, though? Like I said, you could be bent to the truth. You can bend either way. Those are one of the lies that nobody cares, and everybody. Oh yeah, look at the fingernails. They got to be 4 inches long. Nobody wears 4-inch long fingernails normally. You're right, man. Men lie, but women lie harder. So both can be considered as liars, absolutely, because of the severity of the lies. Yes, I guarantee you. Now, I'm not saying men can't lie hard too. We all know that's, hell yeah. I mean, look at these men politicians. They lie their damn ass off. And there's more men politicians than women. So therefore that counts as there. And that may have been where they got the figures. Okay. How men lie more than women, more frequently than women, but women lie harder. The worst lie women can tell, according to my research, is the baby thing. You're pregnant by a man, and they're not even pregnant, and they didn't even sleep with the guy, but they're still pregnant by him. That's grounds for harassment, and I know some people are going to put a lawsuit on my cousin because she just tried that shit. But they said the worst lie for women, though, is lying to their children who their daddy really is. Now, I ask you, is it worse to lie to the man about the baby or lie to your own children about who the dad is when you know all along who the dad is? I wish I had some more females in there to answer that question for me. I'd like to hear the female's point of view on that. Brother, how was the show working low? The GLO. Man, yeah, you missed it. Shout out to him. He opened for both my shows. He did a great job. Absolutely great job. Hello, sweetheart. Shelly, since you're female, I want you let me see, hang on a second. They're both just as bad. Okay, Dean says both bad. Shelly, since you're female, let me give you this thing. Is it worse to lie to a man and tell, is it worse lie for a woman to lie to a man and tell him that he's pregnant, right? Like even Joe did, like he's pregnant and not be pregnant? Or is it worse for a mother to lie to her children about who her dad is? And right now, 2 males have responded. And they both said both of them are equal. Okay. And I'm like, and I kind of went through that. Guys, my mom was something else, but I went through that very thing. I didn't know who my dad was. I had to find out from my mom's family who my dad was, the Native American side of my family. I didn't know. I knew that I had features and all these things, the wide foot and no butt and all these things, but I didn't know where to come from. And so I had to do the research like that. So, but over the years, I got used to my mother lying to me. So to me, it didn't seem like all that big deal. I think, okay, well, she lied again. It's that commonplace. But so, okay, this from a woman's proof. She says the mother lying to her children. Okay, well, and women do that all the time too. If you're going to go out and be a live that type of lifestyle, you better prepare for the consequences. And some women ain't. So, again, according to research, for those of you just tuned in, according to research, men lie more than women. Women lie harder than men. You can decipher that however you want to. A lot of fishing stories men tell, deer hunting, things like that. Women tell other worse lies, I guess. I don't know. I've been touched twice and crushed both times. Yeah. I don't doubt that it has, man. I don't doubt that it has. It's different when you get the kids get older and you can tell who they look like. Look more like a mother. It's harder. But if your daughter ends up looking like you, first of all, she's fugly, and second of all, case closed. But when the kids don't look like either one of you, no features, unless they're adopted, somebody got some explaining to do. That's probably true. Well, that's just the way I think. I don't know, And there's been times I wish somebody was, like me. Your mom ain't your mom. Good. Take me to my real mom. Yeah, that's wrong. Got lies. Our guys were here talking about the lies and the truth. The line that crosses little lies, little windy stories or things like that, and then you got on the other side we got the real hurtful and lies that cut people dread and sorrow. And the article wrote this thing like it was nonchalant. Then it went into a lot of it was a lot of biasness. It came out Donald Trump, biggest liar, Donald Trump. When the guy's saying these lies, Donald Trump ain't lie about nothing. Everything he said he was going to do. So then you get the prospect of a lie. Okay, like people saying he's a liar. He's not. But how? How? Let's say if Dean Cerny was all over TV and he said some things that might possibly be misinterpreted. Okay. When Dean Cerny said he hated women, no, he didn't say he hated women. He said, women tell most hurtful lies, but they're going to twist it around. So where does that lie start? Does that lie on Dean, or is that lie on the damn media who made it up? Because there's a lot of that going on, and the media ain't held accountable for nothing they say. There's nobody to hold them accountable. Just like we found out a couple shows ago on this very show, on this very network, the school boards don't answer to nobody, which I think is the stupidest thing. Nobody has any checks and balances for our kids. Now, there's nobody to check these people. How about the people that voted in? If you cast the vote, you're the boss. You got a percentage of the say for your vote, and that's not the way it is. And so corporations lie more than we lie to each other. That was part 2 of the article. Big business. People call you on the phone. Solar panel people, concrete people, housing market. Every one of these people lie. And their favorite technique, car companies, their favorite technique is called the bait and switch. Okay. You order online, for example, a certain pair of shoes. Like me, I order Realtree. I ain't afraid of shit. I like Realtree. Kiss my ass. I order Realtree tennis shoes. Okay. Well, then my wife's like, well, they don't have your size. And they said they drew her in with size 10 4E. I got extremely wide foot. It looks like a damn snow paddle, okay, because that's Native American to me. So I got my wide-ass shoes. They told her to have it, for example. Well, they don't have it. They sent her 10E. That I can't even get my foot in that, okay? But they drew her in. But then they want to say all cells are fine. I won't deal with her on her shoes. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a perpetrated lie. They say that's a business. That ain't business. That's a damn lie. You're lying to get my money. Well, that should be fraud. You should be arrested 5 to 10. Okay. But to them, that's the way they do business. Business is based on a lie. It just is. Okay. We've had people come and lie to us to our house. So, see ya. Get out of here. The ones I like that come to try to lie to me is people who are doing construction. My wife will tell you, I'm known as one of the better construction guys in the area. I don't even advertise. People call me by word of mouth. Okay. So when they come to do something I might need help on, I can tell when they're completely full of shit. All right. Oh, man. Yeah, that overhang on that roof, that's, man, that's been on there 20 years. Bitch, I just put on there 5 years ago. And it ain't wrong because I did it, you know. See, you know what I'm saying? Or like a young mechanic goes to work on an old mechanic's car. The old mechanic been around the block. He knows everything there is. So the guy goes up and tries to bullshit him and lie. Okay. Then people, but it's all how we do. People just lie and don't even think about it because it's programmed into them to lie. Let me get back to some of these comments here. Joe Rogan was praising a woman on his podcast and then turned into him praising Kamala Harris. Yeah, he wasn't praising Kamala Harris at all. Kamala Harris right there. The media can twist as much as they want. Look at Joe Rogan stuff. Yeah, they do it all the time. Yeah. Now this AI thing where they can take your voice and put it over your lips and make them look different, although it still don't look right, but they'll get to that. They'll get to that point. I've never voted for a school board member up for election. You have never. I have never voted for, yeah, okay. He's never voted for school board election. I've seen him, didn't really care. I pay school tax and so what? Never really cared. But once they get in there, and see, I think that's a quiet way they lie to you. It's quiet about it, and you don't hear much. They get in there, then you can't get them out of there unless they resign. I may take an act of Congress to fire these people. But you know, so you got people lie all the time, and it's just so commonplace anymore. You know, people all the time. Wife, I didn't spend very much. I got they take 2 jobs, collect food stamps, and get another mortgage on a house. You did too. You know, and some lies are forgivable. You know, well, I caught a 2-foot fish. Little fish, right? Good eating, you know, but they're glad you caught a fish, but you know, but some are not. And the corporations, see, the thing is, you can call the Better Business Bureau on a corporation or an entity and someone sells something, but then there got to be a lot of proof. It's you against them. Then you got to go to court. If you don't have hard evidence, like a current plausible contract or anything like that, you won't get nowhere. So Better Business Bureau doesn't help you. I think you ought to be able to hit their credit. They can hit your credit for a mispayment or anything in the world, right? But they're scamming you. You should hit their credit and maybe knock them down a little bit. And maybe when they come to their house, maybe they want to sell me something. They need to bring their credit report. Like you get a Carfax with a car, maybe they need to have a Carfax for their ass. Okay, you want to sell me a vacuum cleaner? Let me see your credit report. How many vacuum cleaners have been bad? How many went bad? Do you know how to fix them? Well, why am I better vacuum cleaner fixer than you? Because I'm poor. Are you poor? You don't know how to fix it? Then why are you trying to sell it to me? What if it gets double clogged? Oh, don't get double clogged. It can't be double clogged. Oh, okay. Yeah. I got a vacuum cleaner tell me one time that you got one filter in a vacuum. I already called and got the inside skinny. There's 3 filters in the vacuum cleaner show and I own. Okay. When people like these little repair guys, oh no, it's one, you got to bring it in and get another one. I worked on it myself, cleaned the filters out, worked just fine. Okay. So you see what I'm saying? Lying is such a damn commonplace. It's just bull. Yeah. Oh no, I see what you said, Dean. I'm sorry, I misread you what you said a while ago. I never voted for a school board member up for re-election. Yes, my bad. I'm sorry, I read it wrong. Yeah, they don't because you can't get them out of there. I mean, they're dug in like ticks, you know, like fleas. They're there, you know, they're hard to get rid of. So to sum this up, so we can get on with the rest of the show. Think about where you're at in your life. how much you accept from somebody. You put up a little white lie, fishing stories, you know, dare stories, whatever. Nail salon women spend too much on makeup and things like that. You put up all that, out of love and respect. But don't put up the ones that are very harmful. Ones that can take money out of your pocket, swindle your lie, and cause a lot of problems through the generations. Okay, a generational lie. Somebody got on Ancestry.com one time, which is complete crap, by the way. If you don't trust them, they ain't 99% accurate either. That's bullshit. I got a story about that later on down the line. But they got on there, and all these years they were told X was their grandfather. Trying to find out he wasn't their grandfather at all. He married their grandmother. When the baby just the original baby's daddy walked away, he married her back in the 1940s or something. Early 19 or late 1940s, and all them years later, you thought that was your biological grandpa. Now he might have been grandpa, and he was good to him, but he wasn't biologically. And then one of the other kids all had issues. Okay, and genetics. Well, he didn't, and they did, and among them. So that's what happened to him. So yeah, but lies like all the time. Lies like all the time. Story about Ancestry.com. I was watching Dr. Phil, and I used to like watching Dr. Phil. He used to make me laugh. Some of his shit's off the wall, but some of it, right on the money. But he had Ancestry.com on there, two big executives from this organization on there. And they were going over the last name Williams. Okay. They're talking about this guy named Williams, first name Doug Williams. Right. Now I know you're thinking the baseball or the football player. No. Right. And they're talking about how this guy, traced him back all the way back to his English and his Irish heritage. When he came from a proud line of family back in the day. Dr. Phil said, "You sure? That's right. Yeah. Oh, we're 99% accurate. Are you sure? Are you positive? Oh, yeah. No, we can't flaw. We can't flaw. We take an estimated guess. Dr. Phil said, take an estimated guess. I thought you were 99% accurate. So you don't use the blood? Well, we go by name. Sometimes if a family fills in a name, then we attach it to that family, and he's like, oh. But we're right. We're right, Dr. Phil. Okay. So you got this name right, Doug Williams. You guarantee he came from where he come from. Oh, absolutely. Doug come walking out of the back, and he was black. His roots came from Northern Africa and Haiti. Great guy. But they lied to him. They took his name and assumed, because Doug Williams sounds like a white man's name, they assumed he was from England and all these places because they did their estimate, and they were dead wrong. And he went over to some other one, the FBI does, and found out his real DNA. So people a lot of times are in just for the money. They do barely enough to get your check and give you enough to appease you, because they don't think people do their research. And look, even though Doug had all his paperwork already where he was originally from, but he did his test, and these guys are pissing people off. They're lying to people out there, and they're not telling the truth. So I think it was funny on Dr. Phil that happened. Fishing and hunting stories, just that. They're stories. Lying is lying. Okay, fair enough. Hunting and fishing stories are like my garage. Modified, fortified, 90% full of crap. Yeah, unless you were there, you're like, oh, look, Bob. No, you didn't jump out of 2 trees, swing on a van like Tarzan, jump down and slit the deer's throat with a buck knife. First of all, you don't own a buck knife. I've seen your knife. It's a Gerber. So yeah, there's all kind of. All right, guys, we're going to come back to that later on. We'll get to that later on. Let's get into some of our other things we do on here. Besides being completely full of shit, we do other things on here. All right, it's time for some memes. Now, a lot of these memes are sign memes, just signs that people see and stuff. And I don't know, maybe it's one of the days for it. And some of those are regular memes. All right, here we go. Driver alert. No Dollar General store for the next 6.5 miles. A lot of people just went into shock right there. Shock right there. Another lie women tell. I'm just going in for one thing. Three overdrawn credit cards and a bad check later. Yeah, okay. Remember the first original seatbelt. I do remember that, but it wasn't by my mom. It was by my uncle. my grandmother, I guess, when I was an itty bitty boy. But yeah, I remember that. Do not cross the field unless you can do it in 9 seconds because the bull can do it in 10. Yeah, I ain't. Never mind. Never mind. My days are flat out running her over. I had some speed, but new. Ain't happening. Okay. Cowboys fans right now. I had to throw that one in there. I didn't want to get all into sports, but he had to throw it in there. That was my buddy High Tech. If your nose goes on strike, pick it. Yeah. But these are dad jokes. Here we go. There's no such thing as government funded. It's all taxpayer funded. Yes. Government don't exist without the people. They ain't got no money. Entrance only. Do not enter. You think? Usually you put a sign up because somebody did something, right? But this is the people you vote for that makes these signs on the county level or the city level. There you go, right there. That's where your dollar's going. I want to argue about education costs. I'm just saying, you don't pay the education. This is what you get. Entrance only. Do not enter. No shit. I had to come clean several years ago. My wife, she wondered why I was getting so big. You've been double fed. I said, you're having an affair, aren't you? Somebody won't feed you. I said, yes, baby, I'm having an affair. Here's who I was having an affair with. Boom! That's right. Little Debbie. Or Little Debbie. Or Little Dabby. Little Diabetes. Little Debbie. Michael Jackson face. Look at that Michael Jackson face. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You can't. Lower Bridge. No, you can't. You can do it. No, you can't. You can do it. No. Listen, truck drivers, I got utmost respect for what you guys do, especially through the wintertime. It's amazing work you do. You guys put a lot of risk turnover, wrecking, stuff like that. But damn, know your load before you come out. I know if you can't go under a 15-foot bridge and you're 15.3, you're 15.3. You're 15.3. You ain't not going to fit. It doesn't fit. It's not Bidenomics here. It's simple. Simple science, simple math. You ain't going to fit. Our beer is colder than your ex's heart. Damn. That's a tasty beer. Men over 30 in skinny jeans. Just drink that in. Drink it in. Drink it in. Okay, enough. If heaven had a country music hall of fame, these would be my first stop on it right here. If heaven had a country music hall of fame, look at some of this talent. There's only a couple of them here I don't know who they are. The rest of them, you can bet your ass I know exactly who they are. Look at Waylon's head. Waylon's got a giant melon on him. So is Patsy Cline. She got a giant melon on her too. Some of these that just came in here not long ago. Toby Keith, Loretta, Charlie Daniels, Chris Christopherson. Some of these are like quickly. You see old Keith Willie on there. A lot of great talents on here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure who this female is down here in front. If somebody knows who that is, the one down here in front can remind me who that is. I'd appreciate that. All right, let's go over and check out some of these comments real quick. He says, amen. If the VA was a parking lot. I think I was in a VA parking lot. High tech, redneck, yeah. Little Debbie turned into Big Deborah. Bertha. That's in the UK. He'd fit in it, not so much in meters. Well, you're probably right. 15.3 until it leaves the other side. Well, thank you for joining us, brother. Appreciate you coming in again. Thank you. Joe Diffie. I got Joe Diffie. I'm talking about the lady. I'll go back and put up again. There's a lady down on the front row, dark-haired lady. I don't remember who that one was. No George Jones or the Hag. No, they wasn't. And that's what I told my wife. I was kind of disappointed with that too, that they wasn't on there. But the lady right down here in front, I don't remember who that is. And Tammy Wynette's not on here either. Tammy Wynette should have. But I'm sure they probably couldn't put everybody on there. But heaven's big enough to get everybody on there, damn it. Let's get everybody on here, all the great ones. I think that one in the backpacker or in the middle is Chris Ledoux. Dean, I think you're a fan of Chris Ledoux. You might tell me if that is or isn't Chris Ledoux there. But yeah, it's that lady right there and the first lady down on the road there. Cowboy Troy's not on there. Ray Charles, he was multi-talented. Ronnie Millsap's still alive. Conway Twitty ain't on there either. And I think that's wrong. Conway, if he's Mexican, he'd be senior panty dropper if he was Mexican. Let's see. No Conway, no pregnancies in heaven, I guess. No. No, guess not. All right, let's go on down here to some of our video memes now. Again, guys, we're closing down into the show. The last Tuesday in November is our last broadcast ever with WO Entertainment or WO Radio show. Thus, we're also losing Roy Anthony's show on this network. This network has shut down many reasons, but one of the main reasons, or second main reason, is we lost our charter. Now, we lost this charter back a little time back, but I had an agreement that we may use, the rest of their name and charter and everything until my break, and that's what's going to happen. So we're losing our charter, losing the break. No one, no one foreseen it. Just it's the way it happened. That Warrior Outdoors lost their 501(c)(3), changed up, did some changing up and stuff. So Warrior Outdoors, which we're a part of, lost their charter, so we have to give up ours too. So that's not a problem. I'm thinking about maybe coming back, maybe entitle my show King's Court, and maybe just walk around and just interview people. Like an old segment I had on I don't know how many of you guys remember my Redneck Pimp page on Facebook. I had a segment called Conversation with the Pimp, and it did pretty well. And so it might be something kind of like that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that platform. All right, but let's get to these deals here.
You wonder why y'all single.
Here's a list of jobs that men should not do, especially grown-ass men, okay? For one, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. Matter of fact, any fast food restaurant, if you think that you're a grown-ass man working in a fast food restaurant is okay, something is wrong with you.
So working in a fast food restaurant is not okay, but what if you're the manager? Managers at McDonald's make good money. What if you're a regional manager? You're still working at fast food restaurants. What if you own Chick-fil-A? You have to work there as a franchise owner. So if you work at the Chick-fil-A and you own the Chick-fil-A as a franchise owner, is that not good enough? These women stupid. It get worse. Trust me, it get worse.
Right? Leave those jobs to the teenagers. My nephew can't even get a job right now because there's some grown-ass man in his goddamn 40s flipping my goddamn burger. Okay? Let it go. Leave it alone. That job is not for you. Anything in retail, okay? I don't want to see no grown-ass man handing.
Yeah.
The problem is that
because the male mind is wired different than the female mind. By the way, men will never be as good. Hold on, I'll prove it to you. Men will never be as good at counseling or psychology sessions as women. Men will never be good at nursing or elementary school education as women. We have certain giftings because our brain is wired a certain way. Women are far better gifted at micro topics, so individual connection, empathetic type conversations, healing people that past trauma and wound. Men are much better at macro topics, right? Trying to build a building, put a skyscraper up, trying to talk geopolitics, and I'll prove it to you. When you go and you see 5 women eating lunch, they're probably talking about micro topics, conversations they had, relationships, friendships. Men, they're talking about politics, sports, or the stock market.
That's not necessarily
true. Oh,
true.
yes. You guys all agree, right?
I mean, there's a reason
No, these are bimodal general truths, right? Of course there's exceptions, but
it's not a general truth, though. I feel like women have the capability of having political conversations.
Of course they do, but it's not the general wiring or nature of women.
I don't think there's any dispute that we're different. And one of the big things about this country is everyone want to try to make us the same. We're not. Not only we're not physically the same, you know, we're wired just totally different. Our muscles are different. I mean, you know, physically, but mentally we're a little different too. We're wired to do some things we're not. Are they able to vote? Yes. Are we able to cognitively figure out problems the same way? Yes. We can do all that, do math, arithmetic, all that's the same, but we are different. We are designed to be that way. Women can hold the greatest treasure of all. She gives birth, life. Men, but she can't give that birth without man. Man's got to make it. We make it, they deliver it. That's the way it works. It's not my rule. Take it up with him if you don't like it. Can't help you.
Did you guys hear about that man that took his wife and his mother-in-law to the Holy Land on vacation to visit? While there, the mother-in-law actually passed away, so the undertaker actually asked them, hey, which one do you want to do? You can spend $5,000 and have her shipped back to the U.S., or you can do it the cheap way and bury her right here in the Holy Land for $150. And they thought about it for a minute, and they said, we're going to go ahead and spend the $5,000 and send her back to the U.S. And the undertaker said, well, why is that? Why would you spend that much money when you can spend $150 and do it the cheap route? And he replied, and he said, well, over 2,000 years ago, there was a man that was buried here, and he rose again on the third day, and I'm not taking any chances.
I had a great mother-in-law. I really did. I didn't like my wife's mother-in-law too.
So I've become friends with school shooters.
Are you kidding me?
Want to do me a favor? Scram.
Do me a favor. Scram.
Listen, did you know that early in his career, Waylon Jennings
gave up his seat on the plane that killed Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and Big Bopper? Yeah, that's child's play. Listen, did you know that Johnny Cash
was an ordained minister? Who didn't? Listen, did you know that in 1999, George Jones refused to attend the CMA Awards because they asked him to perform a shortened version of his song Choices? And that actually led to one of the most badass moments in country music history. See for yourself. So Alan Jackson was also scheduled to perform his song Papa Top at the CMAs in 1999. After he heard about what happened with George Jones, he let his displeasure be well known. And right in the middle of the song, he did this.
I had choices.
Almost broke out in song. Yeah. Yeah, let's go over here back to the comments. All right. Let me see here. Back up here, George. Okay. All right. He says Patty Loveless. I could have been. I forgot all about Patty Loveless. I still think Patty Loveless was alive. Maybe I'm wrong. Could be. Thank you for it, brother. Appreciate that. Let me see here. My wife knew Chris Ledoux personally. He called her Little Sydney. Her aunt's first husband was a rodeo clown, and they were friends. Sweet. Sweet. That was Naomi Judd. Oh. Okay, well, hang on a minute. Let me put it back up here. Okay. Oh, that's the case. Okay. Naomi, she can sing. I got no problem with that. I wasn't sure who that could have been. Thank you for that, guys. You guys are big help. Carl says, come on my network. Pimp, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, Carl. I know we're moving everything over to Comedy Vets eventually, but I ain't even got my script laid out yet. I know it's going to be called King's Court for J-Dub's, suggestion on that. So we're still in a valid decision, but thank you for that. I have more respect for a man that gets up and goes to work every day than some slob that sits at home and doesn't do shit. Boom. Whoa. That's Naomi Judd. All right. Nice. Thank you. Carlos is getting ready for his network on Roku. Hope you make a lot of money off there. I'm glad you cut that hat. I'm glad you cut that off. Oh, the song. Yeah. No, that's good. That's a good song, though. I love those guys. Yeah, me too. Okay, thanks for that. Thanks for clarifying. I don't even know we're right, brother. You could have been right. Yeah, tune in with Judge and what you said. Yeah, but thanks. Dean's laughing. I had a choice 67 days ago. You sure did, and you made a good one. Good one. Now, listen, I ain't going to pick on nobody. If you do drink, I drink once in a while, rarely now. But if you do, hey, great. Enjoy yourself. But you got choices to quit like Dean did, man. And listen, 67 days. And Dean, and Dean will tell you he used to be able to drink. Okay, when he drank, and he just quit. And that's simply freaking amazing, man. I'm just so damn proud of Dean. If I was out in Ohio, I'd put on a comedy show for his ass, make me smile. Yep, that's Naomi. Okay, good. Well, now we got that settled because I was when I first found this, I'm thinking, I don't know who that is. And I thought she was an actress. I'm thinking, well, why would she be on here if she's an actress? I couldn't put it together. I knew it wasn't Dolly or Martina McBride. She's still alive. Not Dolly. Martina McBride, the dark hair girl. I didn't know, but now that's a young picture. That's cool. That is very cool. That's a pretty good bunch there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these people's CDs. I'm sure I got more of their songs and other stuff ago, but I got at least 6 of these artists, or maybe 7. Yeah, 7. I got 7, my bad. So, cool. If it becomes an entire day thing and your life revolves around it, it's time to quit for a while. Absolutely, brother. Yeah, they call it a crutch. They said, and I don't need a crutch. Okay, so I don't need a crutch in my life. So I quit doing things except freaking eating, and I'm finally getting to lose weight again. I stopped for a while, plateaued, but it appears I'm starting to back at it again. But my goodness, it's been a hell of a journey for me to lose weight. I mean, 50 pounds sounds like a lot, but 25 years, that's 2 pounds a year. That's consistency. But no, it's hard. It's hard to lose weight and drinking and smoking and all that. It's just, hard. Okay, where are we at here? Oh, yes. On this day in history. Now, my family's in this. My cousin, my cousin did something spectacular on this day, and I'm gonna read him. I'm gonna read it to you what he did here in just a second. All right, we'll go back up here. All right. On this day in history, October the 15th. Okay. I'm going to report it. You're going to decide it. 1973, Dolly Parton released its single, Jolene. Yeah. That become a monster ballad for her now. And a lot of other singers picked up that song as well. 1945, Vichy leader executed for treason in World War II days. 1991, Clarence Thomas confirmed to the Supreme Court. Clarence Thomas, 1991. Holy. 1991. Yeah, I was a senior in high school. So a year behind. Wow. It's been that long. Whoa. 2004, funeral coaches are exempt from the car seat law. What that means is, if they're in a funeral procession and they got the long line of cars, right? And let's say the family's kid is up front in the limousine, they don't have to be in a car seat because they don't carry them in the limousines. But they got to be strapped in, sit down on their butt, strapped in. Or if they're a baby, the mama or grandmother or whatever, whoever can hold the baby. And so that's what that meant. I had to look that up. I'm thinking, I didn't quite sure what that meant, but there you go. Anti-war demonstrations staged in 40 U.S. cities. 1989, Wayne Gretzky breaks NHL points record. Here it is, my cousin. 1947, Gerald Ford marries Elizabeth Bloomer. And the rest is history, they say on that. Mm-hmm. He is my cousin. If y'all don't believe me, go trace it back. I can give you the key evidence that you need to trace it back. He is my distant cousin. 1796, editorial accused Thomas Jefferson of affair with enslaved woman. Well, come to find out, that's exactly accurate. They tried to deny it, but it's accurate. He fathered some slave children. Okay, and so yeah. 1989, 1880, Chiricahua Apache leader Victoria is killed south of El Paso, Texas. Chiricahua. No, not a lot. That's a huge tribe of Apache, and they could be hard and mean if they needed to be. 1948, a murderous husband is executed. A murderous husband is executed. Don't give his name. It's 1948. Okay. 1990, Mikhail Gorbachev wins Nobel Peace Prize. 1863, H.L. Hunley sinks during demonstration. The H.L. Hunley sinks during demonstration. I believe that was one of them balloon ship things, if I'm correct. 1946, high-ranking Nazi leader Hermann Goering dies. 1946. Well, good for him. All right, guys, that was This Day in History, October 15th. And, of course, I show this. I get all my information off the History Channel. Well, here's one. 1917 dancer and spy Mattia Hari is executed. Okay, so I report. You decide, guys. There you go on that. And I'll go back here and show some of these. Yeah, I cut off. Hey, I didn't know Richie was related to Clarence Thomas. No. I'm related to Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford is my distant cousin. But Clarence wants to send me a check for, sponsor show, cousin Clarence. Yeah. I have blood of kings in me. I always knew it did. All right, let's go ahead now to do the missing persons. And this one's a little weird today. These photos look totally different to me. So we're gonna go through this very blow this one up and take a good look at this photo. Melissa Fu, this little girl, I assume was taken by Amber Aziz, this woman here. Okay, let's get in here and get some of this information. She's 13 years, I'm sorry. Melissa Fu. Melissa Fu is the name. Melissa Fu, little girl. Age 13 at time of disappearance. Hair, dark brown. Eyes, brown. Height, 5'11", tall little girl. Weight, 200 pounds. Sex, female. Race, Asian. Remarks. Fu was last seen wearing a black tracksuit. Details. Melissa Fu and her mother, Amber Aze, were last seen on November 22nd, 2019 at approximately 6 p.m. at their residence located in the area of Michelson Drive and the University Drive in Irvine, California. There are suspicious circumstances surrounding their disappearance, and the two seen in the vicinity of their residence near the time of the disappearance. About anyone for questioning. If anyone is in an area, they want to know what's going on, basically. Okay. The unknown individuals are possibly associated with a black Cadillac, unknown model. They are described as follows: a Chinese female in her 40s, approximately 5'8", with average build, black hair, worn in a bun. A Chinese male in his 40s, approximately 5'10", weighing 190 pounds, with an average build and short black hair. Tips. If you have any information concerning the kidnappings of these individuals, please contact the FBI Los Angeles field office at 310-477-6565. Tips may also be submitted anonymously online at tips.fbi.gov. You may also call your local FBI office or nearest American embassy or consulate. Field office is Los Angeles. And as usual, you can submit a tip online. Now, I misspoke a while ago. I said that this older lady kidnapped a young lady. My apologies. That was incorrect. That's the mother of the girl. So my apologies. If you look at the mom real quick, here's Amber Aziz. Okay. She is age 34 at the time of disappearance. Her hair is black, eyes brown, height 5'9", weight 180 pounds, Asian female. Amber's last seen wearing a black tracksuit, a black vest, fitted black pants with white writing, and light colored shoes. Amber and her daughter, Melissa Fu, was last seen Friday, November 22nd, 2019, at approximately 6 p.m. in their residence located in the area of Mickelson Drive and University Drive in Irvine, California. There are suspicious circumstances surrounding these disappearances, and there's two people seen in the vicinity of the residence near the time of the disappearance are being sought for questioning. The unknown individuals, again, are possibly associated with black Cadillac, unknown plate number. They are described as follows: a Chinese female in her 40s, approximately 5'8", with an average build, black hair worn in a bun. A Chinese male in the 40s, approximately 5'10", weighing 190 pounds, with an average build and short black hair. Same thing, gentlemen and ladies. If you have any information on these kidnappings, individuals, please contact the FBI. You can see the number right there on the screen, or you do it anonymously. Go online and do it anonymously. Again, there they both are. There's a mama. There's a little girl. I say little girl, she's 13. I mean, there's a teenager. It's been a while now. That was 2019. This is 2024. Knocking on 2025. Okay. All right, guys. If you have any information, please. I mean, the family would love to any clearance, that can help. Anything that can help. I don't know why I lose people every time I do that segment. That's a good ass segment. People need to stay on and check that out. All right. We've got through all those things. Now, it's time for trivia. Now, people went away. It's their problem. They should have stayed on. But get yourselves ready to go. We're going to do some trivia. And today is song trivia. All right. Instead of what is it today, this is a video what is it. All right. Instead of a picture. Or not a video, excuse me, a lyric what is it. All right. Okay. I want you to tell me the artist and the name of the song. Okay. Artist and the name of the song. I'm going to read to you a lyric from the song. You tell me what it is. Get yourselves ready. Here we go. Don't all the dreams we seen come true mean anything? Don't all the dreams we seen come true mean anything? I wanted to sing that. Now, if I sing it, I give it away. Name of the song and the artist. Go. All right, we're waiting on that. So we'll kind of go back to what we were talking about a while ago. We're waiting on a trivia question here. If some lies are acceptable, some lies are not, well, where do we go? What do we do? Or do we even worry about it? Nobody cares if it ain't a hurtful lie. Nobody really gives a shit. They just know you're full of crap and want to vet you. Walk around checking your ass on Google all day, but okay. Ding, 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 ding. We have half a winner. It was Conway Twitty. That is exactly right. Now tell me the name of the song. Anybody can jump in and tell me the name of the song. Mr. Diversfield, you still with us? Tell us the name of the song if you know what it is. Carl Loomis, if you know, tell us. Who else in there? Albertson, tell me the name of the song if you know. Give away this mystery box. You get today. You're gonna get 25 inches. Ding, 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 ding. 25 inches of mystery box. You tell me the name. 25. You tell me the name of the song. Dean Cerny got it. The name of the song is "Goodbye Time" by Conway Twitty. One of his most popular songs. There you go, guys. That was the trivia thing for today. Good job, Dean. I'm going to put this over here, and now Dean is racking up the points. Okay, but Dean certainly also knows it only takes one, to win. So, but he's got a lot of chances here, ladies and gents, and you can too. By the rest of the way going on here, I need everybody to concentrate on answering these questions. You get yourself interested in mystery box. The mystery box I will personally mail out to you. I will mail out the winner, in November. At the winner I will announce on Veterans Day in November. And we can have you send a video back and show us you open it and discover what's inside of it. Okay. It's going to be the last mystery box ever from the WO Radio Show and the WO Entertainment Network. Last box. That doesn't mean anything that I'll never have another one again. It's just the last one. Some information we had going on here. I'm going to give another shout out, and this is from Travis Elders. He's a Lowell fan, usually working when he's watching this. I hope you don't get in trouble for it. Shout out to the Northwest Missouri for having a great turnout for the Trump parade. Okay, they had a giant, I guess, I'm over producing comedy, they had a giant Trump sign. I would really wish these guys would quit doing that crap when I'm trying to have a show so we can get some people in there, but it is whatever. And shout out to the Northwest Missouri for having a great turnout for the Trump parade. And the Highway Patrol and everyone who worked on that. And the fire department had the big flags going on. I've seen some of the video online. Shout out, guys, for that. And what a way to support, way to support your local fan in government if you want to be that person to do it. Thank you for that video, Travis. Or that information, Travis. I'm sorry. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Well, we're closing down here. I'm trying to see if J-Dub is coming on. Let me go over here and check it out real quick. Stay with me here. I'm still be talking to you. I'm gonna see if he got the link and if he's coming on. And we'll have a conversation with him. Today I talked to the band Reality Becomes. You all know, remember Mr. Gum and his band who played at Warrior Fest quite a few times for me. One of the main bands there. He's I talked to him today. I asked them for a great honor, and I think they're going to do it. When I do come back, I want to have an intro song, and they're going to write my intro song. They're going to see if they can put something together for me for my intro on my new show. So that's going to be sweet. It's going to be cool, and we'll have to get it all legally so they can't flag me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. Yeah, they can't flag me for coming on, so that'd be cool. Who the hell did I just write to? Oh, I don't know somebody else. Oh. I sent that to the wrong guy. I'll get that over. All right. Boy, I might come back next time with the producer. Give me a producer who can take care of all this crap. I don't have to worry about it all. All right. Lies, controversy, all this stuff going on. Now we're going to do something I don't normally do. We're going to talk a little politics. Now, if you on here and you want to talk politics, the only rule I got is don't be freaking rude. Okay. However, let's talk a little politics. It's coming down to the time for this election season. And quite frankly, I'll be glad when it's over. I'll just be so glad. one side's telling the other side's lying. Everybody's lying. Nobody's telling the truth. You know, I'd like to see him ban that shit. I'd like to see him get up there and tell the damn truth, tell the facts. Everybody, you know, quit slinging mud, because that's not helping this country. And they really don't get up and talk about anything that really affects you on day-to-day life. You know, that's why I like the governor to pick the right governor of the state I live in, because the state you live in is what is affected every. Y'all heard me say that. The best race is the governor race. They're the ones that affect you every day in your daily living. Every time you go out of your house, you're dealing with the state. You know, roads and tires and cars and parts. You know, I heard a lot of people saying they wish to drop the price of groceries. Absolutely, they should drop the price of groceries. Got no doubt about that. But they need to do something about these car parts, these price gouging of things. Now, I know Democrats use that because they don't want to admit that they think everybody's gouging when it's actually their policies that's messed things up. Because their policies have messed everything up, period. That's it. It's the Democrats' fault. Kiss my ass. However, car parts go every time somebody takes advantage of this deal, the government's a mistake. Other people take advantage of this deal and raise the rates. Car parts, shoes. I mean, I'm thinking if you're paying $200 per tennis shoes, you deserve to be broke. You absolutely deserve to be broke. You're paying $200 for a freaking pair of tennis shoes. Okay, just to walk around in. You know, that's just crazy to me. But that's me. The things that there's little things that's gone up, and no one's really. You don't hear them talk about it. You don't hear the government talk about them. Shoes, clothes, car parts are freaking crazy. Tires. The same size tire that I've been buying for X amount of years, it's about $350 more a tire. Okay, so even if you buy online. Now, there's a lot of online shopping, and you can get things way cheaper online, but it does have its downfalls. One, you got to put your credit card information, you know, out there and can get stolen. My wife and I have been stolen probably 3 or 4 times now. 2, if you buy something and it doesn't fit, like shoes, well, then you got to send them back and do all this stuff. Car parts, if they ain't right and you're waiting on your car, you know, those things are important, and they don't always get talked about. And that's some of the things that need to be talked about. You know, all these other people. Let me know and what you think. The goings-ons will be, and what you think you need to talk about. Because quite frankly, you know, I like to know. I like to know what we're going to do about all this stuff. What else went up besides food? Well, you got electric companies. And a lot of these are state-owned too. So your states control water prices. I know a lot of people got scammed. Back when I was building houses full tilt, I mean, we were slinging them out to this Lake Viking, Missouri. It's a timeshare type lot thing, but they had $1 million homes out there. Okay, and I cut my teeth building them nice homes. And the town of Gallatin entered into a contract with the state, I think it was, to provide them natural gas. Well, some of the citizens didn't really want natural gas, but they were coming around piping every house in. So if you want it, you can get it. Okay, so they made a deal. Well, let us pipe it to your house, but if you don't want it, you don't have to have it. Okay, and we can guarantee you locked in rate with natural gas. It's going to be pretty damn right. How about that? Okay, natural gas is going to be X amount of dollars. It will never move. Well, they pumped these people's houses, start building these people, and they didn't want it. They didn't use any of it, so they had to go to court and get that took care of. They were piping gas to their house, right, and then wasn't paying it. And they come out and shut it off. Well, we don't use it anyway. We got propane. So they take the propane tank out of their yard, which is bullshit. That's against the law. So they had to fix that problem. And then the price started going up. It wasn't even 6 months after all the installation was done. These people had these natural gas lines. Prices shot up. Okay, way up. So people were backing out of them, but they couldn't because they foolishly entered into a contract for I think it was a 2-year, 3-year contract, and they got themselves in a pickle. But a lot of these things you can't get without you sign a contract. I know people are there, what did you sign a contract for? Well, if that's the only way you got to get into the thing, well, then you have to do it. So those things need to be handled. These are what our government officials are actually there for. Okay, you guys know I've said it many times on here. There's a stupid law in the state of Missouri. It just drives many of them all over all states. But the one that really drives me the most, because it's hypocritical, is in the state of Missouri they have a law. that they can't shut your power off in the wintertime if the temperature is 34 degrees or below for 24 hours. It's been like for 24 hours, they can't shut your power off. They do it anyway and say, we can do that. Law don't pertain to us. Well, the damn law, I just read to you what it said. I memorized it verbatim. It said it can't be done. Anybody can't do it. So then Missouri turns around and makes a law to stop another law. Well, apparently, they can turn it off if it's a co-op. Co-ops are exempt from this law. It doesn't say they are, but they had to make another law to give the co-ops power so they can do that because they know they can't. And that's caused a lot of problems in Missouri court. For example, who was it? The water company had the same common law. They come up, put a padlock on the guy's water, turned it off, put a padlock on. He went out, cut the lock off, turned the son of a bitch on, and then put his lock on there where they couldn't turn it off. And this went back and forth. They cut his lock, and he cut their lock. And then they brought the sheriff out, and the sheriff actually wasn't no help because he said, hey, they ain't allowed to trespass. He said, well, they're public utilities because they don't give a shit. They ain't allowed to trespass. And he showed them the law, and the sheriff was caught. The sheriff knew the law, right? But he was there on the Department of Public Works. The sheriff left. He said, work it out yourselves. He said, don't cut no more locks. Neither one of you two. And so he told the water company not to cut the freaking lock. And told homeowner not to cut the lock. Well, homeowner can do what he wants. It's his land, right? So this ended up in court. And apparently this has been in court several times before, utilities and lights and stuff like that. And the judges, depending on which one you get, they're kind of torn. Because they go off the first law, you can't shut off 34 degrees or 30 degrees, blah, blah, blah. But someone said, well, they have a right to with the co-op. And so it's been caught in court and it's been appealed and it's won and it's lost. It's won and it's lost on appeal. These are headaches we don't need as citizens of whatever state you're in. It's just stupid. But the law and the lawyers aren't happy if they haven't got two people arguing. That's just the way it is. You got to argue. They want a dispute so everybody can get paid except you. And they know that trick. You've all been to court and seen this trick. You've had family and everybody see this trick. They want to run you out of money. If you run them out of money, you can't fight them. That's why when I tell them, hey, I got money. You ain't running me out of money. Whatever. I don't need an attorney. I'm smarter than you are anyway. When it's a little issue like that. So these are things you never hear about during election time. And I'm so glad they quit talking about Freddie and Fannie, the real estate thing. I didn't give a shit about that either. Because I never bought my house. None of them. Okay. The people I bought my house from is no longer business. And the lady died off, and there you go. I got freedom mortgage to cater to veterans. So, one of the biggest scams in this country, and it's been brought to light again, besides FEMA. FEMA's a big old joke where they go their money at. Shout out, and our hearts go out to everybody that's in the hurricane, all the hurricane victims down there in Florida. My goodness. And then Georgia and Louisiana and all the people down around that area. Holy crap, man. I promise it'll get better, guys. Hang on. I promise it'll get better. Guys, here we go. Here's J-Dub. Bring J-Dub in. Yeah. Anyway, my hearts and prayers go out to you guys. It's going to get better. Holy crap. The hurricanes that have been kicking that ass. But what's up, brother?
Oh, dude. Yeah, no, like you said, man, freaking down south, dude, they've been getting the shit knocked out of them down there.
Man. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's hurricane season. Yeah. And I looked up on the internet, and this is not the meanest hurricane season we've ever had.
No, it is not.
Back in 1780, you had bang, bang, bang. You had 3 hurricanes that were category 5 or 4 and 5, and it came through, and it did 2,200 people died during that season. And
in what year?
1780.
Wow.
And one of the hurricanes was called the Great Hurricane of 1780. The Great Hurricane. These things were just, of course, I don't know how you would, what do you send a pigeon? They said the hurricane was so big, some guys were fishing in a boat and they seen it and they were trying to get their ass. I can imagine these guys trying to, can't talk, gotta go.
It's the original Florida man.
Yeah, get the hell out of here. Yeah. But I brought up what I was saying, what I was saying a while ago, guys. The insurance companies are nothing in this country that people need to sit down and take a look at. These insurance companies are crooked as the day is long. Okay. They're like that on purpose. They don't give you flood insurance when you know you're going to need flood insurance. And people don't think to ask about this crap. They just don't. That's their job to explain to you, and they don't. They prey off your ignorance is what they do. They prey off your ignorance. Or when something starts going bad for them, they drop you for no reason at all.
Insurance is a mandatory scam.
It is. I thought one of the only things Obama did back in the day, I thought, or maybe it was Clinton, one of them put out a deal, tells insurance companies, you will not be dropping people, or you will be subject to federal
that would have been
mandate.
Obama with the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah, you will not be dropping people. Okay, you be subject. And insurance companies start tightening up a little bit. And, I'm not advocating this, but I'm just saying if my car gets damaged and I got a Panasonic radio, that somebody might be a Pioneer or I'm just saying. Just saying.
The
my
question
fishing
is,
pole.
did it have the dolphins on the display? If it didn't have dolphins on the display, it ain't shit.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry,
listen to me. If my fishing pole get destroyed, they're all Abu Garcia. That's all I'm saying. Okay, they're all Abu Garcia. Now, I'm not condoning that, but if that happens, I'm just just throwing it out there. So, the presidential election is going on. You got all this talk of who's lying, who ain't lying. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. They all lie. They all lie. Even my beloved Trump, he lies. Okay. Does he lie about what they say he lies about? No. He's not racist and all that. But, he's fabricating. I'm just saying. So it's all going to come to the commercials are all going to come to an end in November. Holy crap! Thank God. I mean, I'm ready to vote now. Let's go now and vote. Let's go get it done. Everybody line up at 7:00 tomorrow morning. Let's get this so much done by 7 at night.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
it'd be a whole lot cooler if we did.
Yeah, just saying. Yeah. So
right.
I'm gonna ask you a question I asked everybody a while ago. I don't know how much of the show you watched. Who lies most, men or women?
Yes.
Carl.
I mean, honestly, it depends on the topic. In all honesty.
Actually, you are kind of correct, but they got it broke down like this: men lie more on average than women. Okay, it's like three lies an hour, or three lies a day, or whatever it was. Right? Women don't lie as much as men. Where women win the category, women lie harder. They tell the hardest lies, the worst lies. Okay, they lie the hardest. Okay, more than men do. Like, I'm pregnant with your baby, even though we didn't have sex, and I don't know you. A man can't say that. A man can't say that lie. It's no. So and I read the article, believe it or not. I was actually proud of myself. I read the whole damn thing, and at first I'm thinking, what kind of horse shit is this? And I got, oh, okay. Now, the reason why men lie so much is because when we talk to each other, dude, I caught a fish this damn big. You lying motherfuckers, So
right.
And Dean had to come about that.
Yeah, talk about with the hunting fishing stories. Yeah, I caught that much earlier. And I have to agree with it to a point.
Right.
Guys may exaggerate, most of the time when it comes to BSing and telling stories. And I say it like that is because most men, and why I say men, I'm talking guys that actually carry their freaking nuts around in their jeans and are actually decent human beings.
Yes.
Know that to be considered a good man, part of that is being honest, being truthful. When it comes down to principle and necessity, we may bullshit because that's just the art of the game. It's how life is. It's if you can't bedazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bullshit. That's all there is to it. However,
that's right.
I have to agree with the whole females thing. Not all the time, not in all cases, because there are those that are out there. Take Shelly, take Mariah, take Jade, take a few, a whole slew of other women that we know. They're not all of them are the case. There are a lot of them though that when they do tell the tales, whoo boy, women will set a man up for failure. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Especially this day and age, and it's sad because you see it online so much, where guys wind up getting just why I'm getting drugged through the dirt by these females. I won't even call them women. I'll just call them females.
Right.
That's, for respect out of the ladies out there, and, where these females are just taking guys to task. And, they wonder, well, where's all the good men at? Because you treat us like, and now we're all jaded and freaking angry and this, that, and the other. We don't want shit to do with you. I'd rather be freaking 50 and alone than freaking, and happy with my life by myself than what I would be freaking married and miserable. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah. According to the, article.
Yeah.
It posed another question. I'm going to ask you, I don't know if you heard it earlier, but ask everybody else. What's the worst lie a woman could, tell?
I love you.
Tell a man he's pregnant with your baby, even though you didn't have sex, which isn't scientifically impossible, or lying to her child about who their daddy is. And this happens 35% of the time.
I'm gonna say who the baby daddy. They lied to the child and used that child against the man. Who the baby daddy?
Yeah.
That is the worst. That is the scum of the earth.
That is. I kind of went through it. My mother, her brothers and sisters told me who my biological dad was, before my mom did. And quite frankly, when I went in the Marine Corps, and probably the same way in the Army, you got to fill out a bunch of paper. I mean, there's stacks of shit you got to fill out. One of them says, has anyone in your family joined the military? Especially in the Marines, say anyone in your family joined the military or the Marine Corps. I put no. No one that I knew. I was the first Marine. So I thought. When they did all that testing and everything, about a month later, they called me into the commandant's office and they said, Mr. King, you just lied to us. We're going to throw you out of the Marines. I said, what? I better learn how to press my uniform. What the hell are you talking about? I ain't had a chance to lie to nobody yet. He said, what to lie on? He said, well, you said you never had no one in the military, in the Marine Corps. I said, I haven't. He goes, well, you've either got a first blood brother or uncle or dad in the military. I'm thinking, there ain't no way. Well, he showed me the file. He said, you really don't know, do you? I said, no, I don't. Spun a file around. It was my biological dad. I said, kiss my ass. I didn't know that. And looked down there and said, Native American. I'm like, okay. So I called my mom. I said, first of all,
we're going to have a conversation.
Yeah. I said, you almost got me through out of the fucking Marine Corps. She goes, why is that? I said, well, first of all, you didn't tell me my biological dad was a Marine. Oh. Ooh. Oh, I guess maybe it was. I said, I need to know that specific shit. I told him no. She said, oh, well, you didn't mean lie to him. But they don't care if you didn't mean to, and I had to sing a blues streak to him. I said, look, I didn't know my mom's a whore. I didn't know.
Right.
And the guy started laughing. He goes, well, you legitimately didn't know, did you? I said, I'll take a lie detector test. I didn't even know. I said, I knew his name from her brothers. I still didn't know he was my dad, technically, until that evidence come up. And then, of course, the blood work and everything we done later on, I learned. But I was like, wow. So my mother was
a prime example of setting your kids up for failure.
Yeah. And
by being a lying hooker.
Yeah. I mean, damn.
That's a lying man.
That's a federal document that I fibbed on. That wasn't even a fib. That was a bold face. I wrote it down lie, so we changed it, of course.
that you weren't aware of. Well, no. So fortunately you had a chain of command that was willing to work with you.
They did. They actually see me on it. My eyes are all white man size. I was like, you really didn't know, did you? I said, no. So I said, oh, by the way, what's my dad's middle name? So I looked around there and goes, Winifred. Oh, I'll never forget that. So when I finally met him, I said, hello, Winifred.
Oh, excuse me, what?
I said, your name is Winifred, right? Yeah. I like Dad better, but Winifred, yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, guess what, Winifred? So who the named the kid Winifred? That's torture. Stop.
Right.
But no, we got that took care of. But that's just some of the lies that go on. Now, a lot of people lie about, I see, men have small lies to each other. Man, I tore her ass up Come on, brother. You didn't do all that. We know. Oh, here we go, brother. Let's welcome in another guest
tear
here.
a watermelon up that bad. Get over it.
Yeah. What's up, Pete? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. How are you?
All right.
The Booze Island bitch boy himself, Mr. Barlow. What's up, my brother?
Oh, doing
good seeing you, man. Seriously, dude.
Yeah.
I love that I entered as you guys were like talking. It's like, yeah, these guys lie about tearing up bitches. Anyway, here's Pete.
Here's Pete. Another 2-bit. Yeah. No, the topic today was who lies the most, men or women. And it said men lie more than women do. I mean, it's like a staggering 3-to-1, 4-to-1 every day, something like that, right? But women tell the harshest or the worst lies, okay, when they do lie. And, so we were talking about that. But, guys, I invited Pete back today because, as you all know, Pete drove all the way up from freaking Florida to the good old state of
I am not that crazy.
Misery.
I drove all the way from Georgia. Almost as crazy.
Yeah, he drove all from Georgia to Missouri. And I was right. I gave him some good advice. I told him when he comes up here, don't be shocked if you hear this. When he crossed Missouri, he said, just keep driving, your tires ain't flat. That's just the road. He confirmed that. He confirmed that when he got here.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I've done that drive once, but that's it. That's only happening once.
Yeah.
Next time, if there's next time, I'm flying, man. I will bite the bullet and get a rental car.
Yeah. Get the insurance. Yeah.
Well, now that I've experienced Missouri drivers too, I'm definitely getting the insurance.
Yes.
Holy mackerel! Like
okay,
JW missed it.
Have you been to Missouri? Here's a question for you, Pete. Yes, I have. That's where I went to boot at.
Oh, you lucky dog, you.
Yeah, I know, right? I got to experience living the life lost in the woods. So during the summertime, nonetheless. So I got the humidity. I got all that fun stuff,
Missouri
man.
got some humidity.
Now it is the humidity. As somebody that's experienced both, the humidity at Fort Leonard Wood in August does not compare. It is humid and sticky as shit, but it does not compare to the heat and humidity of Fort Stewart, Georgia, in the middle of August itself. All right, I'm just saying. I got to hand it to Georgia, man. They got Missouri beat hands down in that department.
All right, I will say this because I went to basic at Fort Jackson, but I always lucked out because I was with Jackson, I went in winter. It was still freezing cold, but I mean, it was just, if you're gonna have Jackson, have it in winter. And for 8 years, I bragged. It's like, well, yeah, I went to basic at Fort Jackson, but in winter, so it wasn't that bad. And then somebody heard me say that, and I went to the Drill Start Academy in summer at Fort Jackson. And I'm just like, okay, I got to experience the full spectrum. And now I'm about an hour from Columbia, so I get to experience all 17 seasons of this region.
All 17 seasons. Yeah, that's cool. Well, thank you for coming on, Pete.
I kind of figured we want to AAR after the shows,
Yeah. He drove all the way from Georgia. He performed for us at Plattsburgh. We'll start off Plattsburgh, Missouri. Great people there, man. He come up and he opened up for us, and we so appreciate him. We made him a member of Comedy Vets, by the way. He did well. He impressed myself and another commander that was there. So, Pete, tell us about your trip and if you enjoyed the show or not, brother, and perform.
Oh, all right. The highlight, the reason for the trip was the shows, and that was totally worth it. And I had to tell myself that over and over again during the drive. I've said it before, I'll say it again. America's too damn big. I realized because you always tell yourself on these long trips, life is a highway, I'm gonna drive. And then about 3 hours later, it's life is still a highway. I'm gonna drive it. I was smart about it.
Never ends.
Yeah, no, holy crap. And so we talk about the weather. Now, there was one thing I will say. So actually, I had 2 people from my section who were at Fort Leonard Wood for a basic training graduation. And I told them I was in Missouri. And they're like, oh, we were in Missouri too. Oh, it was so beautiful. It was perfect weather. The sky was blue. And again, to that point, I was like, yes, the sky was blue. I saw one cloud the entire trip. It was 6 days of driving. one cloud. I love that cloud so much. But the thing is, it's fall and it's in the plains. So the sun was so low that the sky always kind of looked like the sun was getting ready to set. So I had no indication of the passage of time until the sun finally set. And so it's just that just pale bleached blue dome over the sky as I'm driving through interchangeable plains. And I'm like, I have no idea what time it is. I have no idea how far I am. And the moment when I kind of snapped on driving back was I'd been driving because I got past St. Louis, and I felt like I've been driving for like 6 hours alone past St. Louis. And I'm like, okay, I'm definitely in Tennessee by now. And then I saw a big old sign that said, "Welcome to Metropolis, Illinois." And I'm like, fuck, I still have a Kentucky.
Wow.
So I was like, I'm getting the hotel in Clarksville again. It's like, no. And then yesterday was actually the worst part of the drive because I knew it was coming. I remember I'm in Clarksville. I hop into my car. I plug in my my address. And it's like, you'll be home at 4:30. I'm like, the fuck I will. I have to drive through Nashville and Atlanta. And it just both are complete parking lots. It took me 3 hours to get through Atlanta alone because it's a holiday weekend, so everybody's driving home. And here's how bad traffic was. My GPS did not even route me through the bypass around Atlanta. They were like, here's a shortcut. Cut through downtown Atlanta at rush hour.
Yeah, no, that
everybody was on the bypass.
Yeah.
Everybody had the same GPS you had. Yeah.
So how long did it take you to make the trip out? Make the trip back? Just out of curiosity.
So let's see. The first day I drove for about 7 hours. And then the second day I drove for about 9.5 hours. The good news is I just got a new Stephen King book that I listened to on the drive. And because it's a Stephen King book, there's still like 30 hours to go. So as much as I was ready to be done driving, I was kind of like, I kind of want to see how this chapter ends. Maybe I should just like drive to Florida, and then drive back.
Check out hurricane damage. Yeah.
Right. That was like when, I kind of feel your pain on the whole road trip to Missouri thing. Cause back for the first Warrior Fest that these guys did back in 2018, we got the crew together. We drove out from out here in Oregon. We drove out there and dude, that was, 2 days straight rolling. And that was myself, High Tech, and Mariah, the sexy girlfriend, all rotating through, taking turns driving and everything else. It was like, oh my God, by the end of it, dude, we were done. We were ready for it to be over. I think the hardest part was, I think the hardest part was getting through Wyoming and Kansas. Ooh. Once we got through those two, Idaho, Utah, Idaho, and then the rest of Oregon wasn't bad, but
wow,
that was fun.
I imagine the Rocky Mountain part was at least scenic.
I mean, well, going across I-80, you're just kind of doing this number through southern Wyoming because you're going across the divide. You don't really go across a whole lot of mountains. Now, if you're to go south and hit I-70 going through Colorado, oh yeah, you got the Rockies all day long. Or you go north and hit I-90 going through Montana all day long. But that Interstate 80 going across Wyoming, huh?
Yeah.
What?
You're watching the grass grow.
And help that along a little further. When I went out to Oregon to see him, we were on the log roads. I'm thinking, sweet, got some good roads out here. He said, he's a log road. You know that, right? Shit, they're better than what I got. Log road or not, So yeah, but so you drove all the way up there. You and I finally got to meet in person.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty cool. Tell us about what you thought about the other comedians, me, and the program.
Oh, the best kind of company. Everyone immediately was welcoming. Instantly, just good rapport. Everyone was very funny. I did make one horrific mistake that I will live with for a while. So
you didn't walk to another strip club, did you?
No.
There was like. That was not a mistake. That was a great side trip on our adventure. Tell the Kraken I said hi if she's still there.
Right.
But no, so my parents actually went to KU, and that's where they met. And so before I went to Plattsburgh, I drove to Lawrence, and I found I always perform wearing like a Hawaiian shirt, and I found a KU Hawaiian shirt. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Okay, you're at least smart enough to know where this is going. I just saw J-Dub's face go, oh shit, he's walking into a trap. And hey, Shelly. And so I just remember I walk into Plattsburgh, and everyone's giving me weird looks, and I'm like, okay, this kind of small enough to know that like I'm an outsider. And it's just like, it's like, oh, this is just like Children of the Corn, like side glances. I'm like, do they just, it's like, you ain't one of the 536 people who live here. Who are you, you outlander? And so I'm kind of like, okay, just whatever. I'm here to perform. Hopefully they think I'm funny. And so we get to the American Legion, and everyone just instantly walks up to me like, oh, hi, you must be one of the performers. Why are you wearing a KU shirt in Missouri?
That's like, yeah.
I'm like, I was just kind of like, well, you guys have Kansas City and Lawrence is close. This is kind of in the family. Like, no, sir. No, sorry, Bob. That's not what we wear around these parts. And so I was like, I can change. And they're like, oh, no. You don't have to change one thing about that horrible shirt you're wearing or the school you're promoting. No. You just know that everyone will be judging you the second you stand on that stage. They ain't going to listen to a single joke you got to tell, and you have to work twice as hard to win them over. It's like, so I just immediately like ran back to my car, swapped that to a more neutral shirt. And they're like, oh, you didn't have to do that.
Secretly, yes, I did.
It's like, yeah.
I mean, at least it wasn't an Iowa or Arkansas shirt. So, I mean, you're okay there.
Yeah, he changed it to a Michael Myers.
Yeah, I was like, it's Halloween. I'll dress for that.
Yeah.
And it was more appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a good show. He showed up there. I'm gonna tell you, first time I met him, we met online before and several times while I'm here, but finally got to meet him in person. And I seen the shirt. I thought it was funny because I'm a comedian. That shirt was funny to me. I mean, first person, David Scott. Hey, they sell Missouri scarves soon. You might want to wrap one around you. I mean, that's David Scott. I mean, Grandpa David, the nice guy. They sell scarves and you might want a Missouri scarf, go wrap it around you. So he's like, wrap it around me. Bob David's behind me going, hang him. So anyway, it was a good shirt, but he put on, and then he got together with James, our MC, which is a corny guy. He falls down on purpose and does all kind of shit for laughs. And so I'm sitting there watching. I'm thinking, all right, Pete, God damn it, don't let me down, brother. Here we go. I mean, I know you got it, and he got up there, man. And he just delivered. And we all did clean set, and he just delivered.
I will say I did like that he introduced me. He admitted he did it on purpose, but it kind of was funny. Like, this is up next is Pete Bullborb.
Yeah, he said he was going to do that. I didn't think he was going to do it. He did it. Next up, he looks at his notepad like he's really looking at Pete Borbo. Bob? What the? I'm over this dying. The commander, who was of the Legion, he had his face in his hands. Oh, here we go south. But come to find out, he realized it was all on purpose. He thought this was going to go off the rails, and it didn't. He was and then he falls going up the damn. He gets up and says, "Oh, I was Biden."
Well, all right. By the way, it was a good fall. I just remember because I made fun of him because he made fun of my name, and then he has this horrible trip. And I'm like, oh shit, man, I'm so sorry. I feel bad now. And then the next day, he did the same thing, and I'm like, oh shit, he's doing this on purpose.
Yeah, he's a goofy bastard. He is a good dude. Yeah, he performed off well. Hey, listen, David Scott. He's a king of clean comedy. He just loved you. Thought you were a great dude. And you hung around and watched everybody, man. Just critique everybody. What do you think? We're all grown men. Tell us what you thought.
I loved it. So you said David was the one who wore the underwear over his
yeah.
Thing? I aspire for that. Like that man, maybe this is an unpopular opinion. I love dad jokes. I think they're hilarious.
Yeah.
Especially if they're played totally straight. And So it was a good time had by all. I thought all the comedians were great, especially like considering like clean comedy is tough, especially if you're not naturally clean. And the audience was like on board. I mean, I will say this, like some of the older crowd, you could tell like I was thrilled that it wasn't just older people, because I just performed in a senior citizen home 2 days before that. And so like there was the Tupac joke, and I'm just like, oh, okay, someone my age, and this woman was wearing a Tupac shirt. I'm like, yes.
Yes.
Like that is lucky.
Yeah, they were all well entertained and stood up and clapped, you know. And David had to leave right afterwards because he had a show in Iowa. He had to go to Quincy, Illinois, pick up a guy to go and then go up to Iowa with him. So he had to travel ahead of him, and he's doing well and everything like that. Of course, I headlined it, got up there, and they were all already riled up, and all I had to do was just keep it going and knock them down when we were done, and we did a great job there. You know, I debuted a couple new jokes. The one about the Wagner injury, the women's face. Well, because they're waiting on it, because they're mad. I got them all pissed off already, you know. And then I tell them, like, yeah, that serves you right, something. That's funny.
Well, you were smart to end with the Daffy. By the way, here's Donald Duck. I will never get that straight. I will never know the difference between Daffy Duck and Donald Duck. Right. It's like don't have two D ducks.
That's ignorant. Yeah. But I end all my clean set with those impressions, you know, because that really gets them going. And I got a new one with Mickey Mouse in it, and so I do Killer Mickey Mouse as well. So I do a lot of cartoon deals like that. So I'm gonna be in it, but that's how I end mine like that. That's for Now I got one where for the adult set where Donald Duck's getting a blowjob, and he sounds. I had a request for it. I'm thinking, oh, wrong show. Wrong. No, there's kids running around. No, you know, mommy, what's oh my God mean? Just don't worry about it. But no, Pete was great. Outstanding. Met the guy. He was great. My birthday, he led the song of my happy birthday to me at the Jamesport, my hometown one there. That was appreciated. But we made him. I talked to Jeff, and well, actually, I already made you a member before I talked to Jeff, because that's just the way it is. And so we made him a member, and we're glad to have him. And we're going to have Pete back with us again at some.
Oh, love to, man. I'd love to come back to Oregon too to perform.
Yeah, before we left Plattsburgh, Pete and I had a beer with the guy in there, and he was taking our picture. He was the commander. He was because he told me before, he goes, listen, if this works out great, we'll have you guys back. We'll have you back. As soon as I got off the stage, he's already saying, man, hey, your guys are coming back. I got 3 more shows lined up, blah, blah, blah. The mayor wants an adult show. I'm thinking, shit, give me a minute to process, So that was good, man. And we were the best comedians they had ever. Is what he said in the American Legion ever. So that ought to be something that, we take account with. And you were part of that. You were part of that whole deal. Right. I think that was a perfect lineup. You know what I'm saying? The right comics for that night. And I think it just hit, and it was great. And they had a decent little outdoor crowd. That was a pretty good little outdoor crowd. It was all congested there. Older folks, younger folks, kids, teenagers. It was pretty good. I was glad to have you up for that. We will do it again. But what he did say on stage, he confirmed it. He goes, yeah, Richie gave me a warning when I come up here that, when I cross into Missouri, y'all hear. They all loved it. They laughed because they knew that was true, because they lived there.
I was happy with one of the jokes that landed where, I was like, I told all of my coworkers that I was performing in Kansas City, and then I just kind of like slowly looked around.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm in Kansas City anymore.
No.
I was happy that they had a sense of humor about that one.
Yeah, no, you fit in great, and they all wanted you back, and I've talked to the guys several times on the phone, so it's all good. We did great. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad you was entertained, by the stuff you got to see. You finally got to see David Scott perform. You got to see me perform finally. So listen, hey, if you ever need me to come down where you are, let me know. I'll come down there where you are, and we'll put on another show for everybody down there. And because I'm gonna be traveling next year anyway, so yeah. But I thank you very much, and appreciate you, like I said, helping us out with that deal. Pete Barlow was a awesome dude. Tell everybody where they can find your comedy at, Pete.
You can find me on Instagram at comedian_Pete_Barlow, or just look up Pete Barlow, comedian Pete Barlow on Instagram. You can also follow my webcomic at G.I.LOW, currently doing a crossover with Private Murphy that got really fucking weird.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, it has.
I'm like, what the hell? But
this is what happens when you say every idea is a good idea, and then you put it on paper and you're like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm thinking the James and the Giant Peach references, by the way.
Oh man. Like, yeah. By the way, I'm not going to spoil anything because like Mark and I were like, all right, let's like give it a couple of weeks so we can like finish the comics and work on it. But it's going to get even weirder, as you can tell. They're in Cuba. I can spoil that much. But let's just say it's a bit like the Saving Sergeant Lowe storyline in South Korea. It's like, all right, if you enjoyed that, it's going to be similarly bonkers, weird, cinematic, but also like there's some really great fart jokes in there.
Hey, fart jokes are funny, you know.
Everyone digs a good fart joke.
I've seen a guy performing one time in Kansas City, Missouri, and he actually shit his pants.
He got
the most applause. People were giving him standing ovations, and he played it well. I said, man, that's cool. You could time your shit. He goes, no, man, that was an accident. I was just fucking around. Oh, crap. He said, that's the best applause he ever got. He said, I wish I could do that on command. I said, we'll start eating Taco Bell before you perform, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. He shit him. I was like, ah! That's funny. But glad that was his last set, and he got off quickly. Yeah, I was wondering why he didn't stay around and shake hands. He had to go. He had to go. A long shower for him. That's what that was. But well, guys, it's 8:02, and we covered a lot of material today. A lot of whatever you want to make out of it. You know. Well, again, I want to give a shout out to Richard Montano.
Woo!
Very funny guy. Man, that's my brother in arms. He's a Marine. He'll stand in cow manure and perform with me. He loves me. Shout out to Pete Barlow for helping us out on that. Shout out to James Riley. He's a goofy guy, but he's a good MC. He keeps things moving. He reminds you of go to the merge table and thanks everybody. He's a good guy. Of course, shout out to David Scott. He don't need no introduction anywhere on here. Everybody knows David Scott. Good guy. Shout out to him. Shout out to Plattsburgh, Missouri, and Jamesport, Missouri. Having us in there, guys, performing. And we're going to start booking some more stuff. Real quick, our national commander, Jeff Onyx, is having foot problems. Not to mention he's got fibromyalgia and a few other things wrong with him, too. So his foot, it's Achilles. He's got a problem with his Achilles, but it's not torn. But it's angry is what they call it. Okay. And so he can't stretch it. He can't walk on to stretch it out. He's got to let it do its thing. They said about 6 months. And then, of course, he's got a knee problem, and he's half upstairs anyway. So he's got poor Jeff is going through. Yeah. So our hearts are out for you. Shout out to my grandson, who a couple weeks ago did a backflip on the trampoline. He thought he can take the trampoline move and go onto the ground. And he did one of them standing deal. I don't know what to call it, but he flying handstand or rolling handstand, performed it beautifully. He come up and did a flip. I thought, woo, yeah. Here about 20 minutes later, he come in, his hand was all swelled up and purple. I'm thinking, oh no, did you get stung? He said, well, I don't know. And he's wiggling his fingers. I said, okay, so no problem. I got the swelling down. He said he used it fine. Next day it swelled up again. Well, they took him to the hospital and they said, well, they think he might have broke it. They wasn't sure. So put him in a cast. Well, my wife just sent me word just now that it was a bad break or big break. It's a big break. Got the x-rays back on it, and it's healing well. It's absolutely healing well on its own. But they put him in a waterproof cast so it can heal properly, because I know where his bloodline comes from, and he's not exactly a safe kid. Okay, he's a gun hole. He's just rammy as hell. So yeah, they put that on him, and so that is going to help him out. So there you go on that front. Nobody really cared, but I want to fill some time. But since we're running out of time, I'm going to tell you all, J-Dub, man, you've been a great part of this network. Thank you very much for coming on, man. All things you do for veterans. J-Dub's one of these guys that puts his time where his mouth is. Okay, he used to. I mean, he used to have a network that does so much shit that he prayed for a day off. I mean, he had shows on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. I mean, Saturdays. Christ, no wonder he was sleeping, taking naps.
Sundays.
Don't forget Sundays, yeah. And so he did a lot of content. You can't say he didn't do anything for veterans because, hello, he did. And say thank you to High Tech for you, for us over here. Well, you guys kept us in the game by donating us a nice mixer over here. The thing still runs. And I don't mess with it much. That's why it's running. I don't mess with it. So we thank you for that. Thank you, Pete, again for coming on, filling a little time for us. Appreciate it very much.
No worries, my pleasure, man.
Shout out to my host, the commander. He had some bad eye problems, but he had to kind of like a fix. But he keeps getting laser treatment in certain spots, and it's not cancer. So, but anyway, it blinds him for a little bit, and he damn sure can't come look at no screen. Okay, that's like the worst thing for him to do. So, but they keep scheduling him, and he keeps telling them not to schedule him on Tuesdays, either Monday or Fridays and Thursdays, But they keep scheduling him on Tuesdays, so he's missing you guys. But he wanted me to tell y'all he missed y'all. He loves y'all. Y'all good people, and he's about to retire from what he does, and so good to him. And we're counting down, guys. We only got a couple more shows left. We got the month of November. November's going to be a busy month. Election day. Go vote. If you want to vote, go vote. We got
I think it's going to be a long night for you and I, buddy.
Yeah, Veterans Day. That's going to be a thing. Yeah, because Missouri can't fucking count. Missouri's one of the first states to vote, and the last ones to get the fucking issues in there. Jesus Christ, Missouri. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, don't feel bad. We get to sit back and watch everybody else vote until it's like, and who do we got left after us? Oh, hi, Alaska. Oh, hi, Hawaii. Yeah, that's it. After we're pretty much in for the long haul. So yeah,
and we got Veterans Day weekend coming up in there. Deer season. Of course, I'm going hunting in the morning. My brother's coming over, going over hunting. It's bow season for us, so we're going to be doing that. So yeah, we got a lot of things coming up. Don't miss out. Get involved. And that's all I got to tell you all tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. Dona Dagahoy, Usta Usvi. Appreciate y'all. Take care of yourselves and each other. Have your pet spayed or neutered. I'm tired of the cats running around. I go get milk at Dollar General, got to fight off 15 cats. Come on, the gallon of milk, they want to molest you. Quit it. Get this cat spayed or neutered. I'm the Bad Man of Comedy. Thank you all. Take care of yourselves. Good night.